Hi everybody, and welcome to your daily. This is going to be pre-recorded, and we're going to do things slightly different. So let me go ahead and push it down a little bit. See, before you see 3 different stars. So go ahead and call in your spirit team and ask them which star you are meant to get your daily message from today. And in the meantime, while you're talking to your spirit team, we're going to go over the numerology part and your daily affirmation. So today is July 1st, brand new month, first day of that new month. So July is the 7th month, plus 1 is the 8th energy. So remember, yesterday was the 5 energy, things that we needed to change that could be challenging, such as celebrating somebody else's financial success. So for some people that could have been a bit challenging because, you know, us as the collective, as a human, have a tendency to be competitive against people who do better than us, right? So that is a struggle that us humans have. So today is July 1st, which adds up to an 8, right? That 8 energy, the new opportunity after making the changes yesterday. And then you have 2021, which adds up to a 5. So 8 plus 5 reduces down to a 13. And a 13 reduces down even more to a number 4. 4s are about stability, right? And that's basically what yesterday's affirmation was about. Making a change to create our own stability, such as celebrating other people's financial success. Less competition, less judgment, and more celebration, right? So today's energy adds up to a 4. So 4s are about having our highest ascended beings around us, such as we had them watching over us yesterday. And it's about new doors opening, new opportunities with the first of the month, the brand new month, to create stability in our lives, to have financial, spiritual, emotional, and mental stability. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over the daily affirmation. So star number 1, please. I'm going to pull a card for star number 1. This is the postcards from Spirit for star number 1. Star number 1. Star number 2. Star number 2. Hey, leave that alone. That's mine. Star number 2. And star number 3. Okay. Alright, so these are the postcards from Spirit. They're very awesome cards. I get a lot of compliments on them when I use them. They seem to hit home. So I'm just going to put okay. So now we're going to go over the planets. All right. So we went over the numerology for the day. Now let's go over the planets. So basically everything stayed the same except for the moon. The moon is now in Aries. So the moon is reflects things back to us, and it also is about our emotions. It's about our roots. It also may have something to do with a mothering energy, because the moon is about our feminine energy. So the moon currently went into Aries. Aries is about new adventures. It's about being driven. It's about having a strong sense of justice, right? So the moon reflecting our emotions back to us, and being in Aries, a fire sign, is reflecting back to us perhaps this sense of justice, this sense of being driven and being ambitious, ready to go on a new adventure. Why? Because Saturn is retrograde in Aquarius. And what is going on there, we're at 12 degrees, 21 minutes. So there's reflection there. The timekeeper is reflecting, is in like 12:21. It's mirroring, right? So what is it mirroring? This 3 energy, 12 and 21 reduces down to a 3, which is about being authentic, right? So that's what I feel the moon is telling us, to be authentic, reflecting back to us that it's time to be reflective. It's time to, it is time to go on a new adventure. It's time to have this sense of freedom, to be driven, to go towards our ambitions, to go towards our aspirations. With Aries being in the first house is about ourself, right? So the sun is still in Cancer. The moon is currently in Aries. Mercury is still in Gemini. Venus and Mars are still in Leo. Jupiter is still retrograde in Pisces. So there is this expansion happening in the sign of Pisces. You could be having dreams, it could be having dreams about, this new adventure, something that maybe you want to go on that's hidden deep within your psyche. And Jupiter expands that psyche, makes you see things from a different sense, a more sense of a balanced energy with the sense of justice, because that's what I think of with the justice, that sense of balance. And then Neptune retrograde in Pisces is expanding your imagination to give you this this drive, right? This drive to want to go on a new adventure, to to open up your imagination to something brand new, instead of being stuck in some sort of an illusion. What the moon is doing is reflecting that back to you, what that illusion is that is rooted deep within your emotions, and helping you to bring about a transformation into stability, which is that 4 energy today, having you be more stable, right? More stable, more driven. So you have that overall energy of 4 that is about stability. That's about the work that you've put in to be stable. And then with the moon in Aries is reflecting back to you this sense of justice, this sense of balance, right? So there you go. That's a little bit about the planetary action. So let's go ahead and now we're going to pull Jeez, Mr. Crowley, you're just all up in my business today. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pull the affirmation. So the affirmation for today is called spiritual health, right? Remember, there's all different kinds of categories. Yesterday was prosperity. My life is a beautiful reflection of my soul, right? So what does the moon do? Reflect. What does it reflect? Your emotions, right? So your life is a beautiful reflection of your soul. Your soul is that Pisces energy, your spirituality. So what is being reflected? Your spirituality, and how to be more driven in what is being reflected back to you. And it's like expanded that illusion, making you see things from a different perspective. And Spirit is telling you it is time. It is time to create this stability. It is time to reflect a life beautiful from your soul's essence, right? It's time to climb out of that shell of that you are hiding in, with the sun in Cancer. See the shell there with the sun in Cancer? It's illuminating that. So let's go ahead and Mr. Crowley. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick your stars. And I am going to I'm going to put crystal cards underneath your postcards from Spirit. So this is a message from Spirit coming through this reading from a postcard from Spirit, and a crystal card, a crystal that they recommend for you. So star number 2, crystal star number 2. Alright, now star number 3. Okay. Alright, so and then we're gonna pull a message from, I'm doing it on the video so that you know that I am not setting it up, that literally Spirit is bringing these messages forward to you. Alright, so let's pull a message for each postcard from the crows. And they all seem to be from the blue deck. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull a clarifier for each one real quick. Alright. So, what Spirit wants to tell star number 1? So star number 1. So we'll just put you right there. So, Spirit is telling you, this is your card, by the way. And then this is the back of your card. You want to stop the video and read it. Alright, so dearest you, star number 1. There's only one you, and you have a unique place in the universe. Sometimes situations come up that challenge you to be authentic, and that means you have to be fully yourself and let go of being what you think others may want. Now is not the time to conform to other people's standards or expectations. Be proud of who you are and be courageous. Stand tall in your convictions. Being yourself is a powerful statement and will only lead you to success and ultimately happiness. Don't compare yourself to other people. Right? That was yesterday's energy. Don't compare yourself to other people. Want what you have. Choose what your heart wants and know that your purpose is yours alone. No one else can claim your magic nor take it away. When you place authenticity and originality high on your list of priorities and give them a prominent place in your awareness, extraordinary things happen. Your life is a beautiful one. And I feel like that's an extension of yesterday's message, because that's what it was, right? Create the extraordinary life you want, which is success, right? So my life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. So if you want to create the beautiful life that you so desire, start with the soul, right? Letting go of expectations, letting go of that judgment of wanting what somebody else has, because somebody else's path is totally different than yours, right? So the crow's advice is, see, here you are sitting there contemplating something. What are you contemplating? Yeah, there's the timekeeper. The timekeeper is Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. So Spirit is telling you it is time, right? It is time to reflect on these emotions that is blocking your drive, what is blocking you from your new adventure. And what is blocking you is the think others, like, instead letting go of being what you think others may want, or to conform to other people's standards or expectations. So that's what they're telling you. It is time. It is time to be yourself. It is time to stop comparing yourself to other people, and choose what your heart wants, right? What does your heart want? Your life is a reflection of your soul. When you place authenticity and originality on your list and you give them a prominent place in your awareness, then extraordinary things happen, right? So Spirit is telling you it's time to stop comparing yourself to other people, right? And be that beautiful reflection that you want. And your crystal is dendritic agate, heart and crown, right? Longevity, connection, and oneness. So there you go. That's your dendritic agate. I am still, right? So, and it looks to me like this person is sitting still. They're contemplating something. What are they contemplating? The stability that they want in their life, right? This sense of justice. So they're contemplating something that is reflecting back to them, right? And it's about, having unconditional love. It's about the roots of where we came from. It's about, it's about the time that it is taken to have this stability, to, my life is a beautiful reflection, and that's what the moon is about, reflection, reflecting back to you what you truly want in your life, right? What do you truly want in your life, and helping you to open up your imagination, to reflect out into the world that light. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing, right? All right, so that is star number 1. So let's go ahead and go over star number 2. And we're going to put that, I guess right there, if I don't knock everything off first. Okay, so star number 2. This is your postcard on the back. So this one had a unicorn, and to me it's kind of like a horse. And horses to me represent freedom. So having the freedom, number 1, have the freedom to go after your ambitions, to go after your aspirations. So this is postcard number 2. Let's go over. I'll hold it this way, and you can stop the video and read the card. So Spirit wants to tell star number 2, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life, right? My life is a beautiful reflection of my soul. So trust the river of your life. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hope set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust these currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. So be in the flow, be in the ebb of flow of your life, right? And reflect that out into your outer world. So the crow's advice is practice peace and mindfulness. Have this Zen awareness that will help you be in that flow. And look, it's a faded energy. So look, if you look, there's something being mirrored here, and that's that 1221. Saturn in Aquarius is mirroring divine timing to you. So until, be in the flow of peace, be in the flow of mindfulness. Let your life be that reflection of flow, right? Because you're in a bit of a faded energy with the Queen of Pentacles here. That's about being in that mindfulness, being in that state of Zen, being in that state of ebb and flow. So when you're in the flow, it's easy to flow around any obstacles or challenges that may be presented in front of you. Go with the flow, and in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hope set on, right? As the Queen of Hearts here. It is challenging to master the flow of cycles in your life, but as you develop your skills through peace and mindfulness and Zen, affluence will be yours. So enjoy the flow and trust these currents, right? Trust with the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. They're the ones who flow. Also, the Queen of Cups represents water energy, which we have the Sun in Cancer, and we have Jupiter retrograde in Pisces, which is expanding, and we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, which is also about opening up your imagination, right? And reflecting that ebb and flow out into the world, right? So we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces. So it's time to expand, right? All right, so the crystal tiger iron, grounding, balancing, and courage. And moon in Aries is the balancing of emotions and having the courage to go towards your ambition and having this strong sense of justice, right? So tiger iron, grounding, balancing, and courage. It roots sacral and solar plexus, which is the lower three chakras. So remain grounded while you're bringing your masculine and feminine energies into alignment, right? And having the courage to be strong, to stay in that ebb and flow, to practice peace and mindfulness, because we're in a faded time frame where we have a lot of energies happening up in the galaxy, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that down there and then put this one up here. It's not really wanting to stand. Put a star up there. There you go. So star number 3. I forgot to timestamp it, but that's okay. All right. So star number 3. So this is the back of your postcard, and there's a dragonfly on it. Dragonflies to me represent transformation, of evolution, right? And then here's the back of your card if you want to stop it and read it. So it says, dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was and the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. So reflect that from your soul. That love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love always and forever. So for some of you, you could be experiencing some sort of a loss, and you could be in a bit of grief. Whether it's a loss of a job, a loss of a family member, perhaps a breakup with a person. Maybe you have to let go of somebody who no longer is in the same vibration as you, and it's hard, right? But love heals all, and when you reflect that love heals all energy out into your life, you create this beautiful, like, energy, right? You create from love. So your life is a beautiful reflection of your soul. So when your soul is in that high vibration of love and nothing else, that's what you reflect out into the world for star number 3. So what's the crow's message? Yeah, think outside the box, right? Don't box yourself in, right? Let it go. Let that box. Don't box yourself in emotionally and stuff everything out. They want you to think outside of that box. Step outside of that box. Let your heart crack open. Let the emotions come out, right? Because when we hold it in and box it all in, eventually it's like a volcano, or it erupts at the wrong time on the wrong person. But if you go through this grief or this emotion that you're feeling, and you flow with it and you allow it to come to the surface and let it go, whatever you are boxing in or holding on to has it's not there, right? You don't have nothing to put inside that box. So Spirit is telling you to think outside the box with whatever loss or grief that you are going through. And then look at that, 1111, spiritually awakening. You are on the right path. So star number 3 is going through an awakening. And whatever this loss is whatever this loss is part of your spiritual journey. And they're telling you that you're on the right path. Basically, it was meant to happen. And that's why they're telling you to think outside of the box, right? Think outside of the box of why it has happened, why this loss has happened. Whether, like I said, it's a loss of a job, a loss of a family member, maybe a friend had to fall away and, like you had to kick them out of your circle. Whatever your loss is, but there's a reason for it, and you're spiritually awakening to that reason and how to reflect only love out into the world, to let your heart open up to this unconditional love from the universe, right? So spirit quartz, spiritual connection, harmony and unity, crown and heart chakra, right? So this will help with your heart chakra being cracked open. I am radiant, and radiate that beautiful reflection of love out into the world, right? So those are your messages. I apologize that we had to do it this way this morning, but I didn't want to not give you a daily message because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to visit a friend of mine. So and I'm going to bring him down into town with me. So I'm probably going to spend some time with him. Well, most of the day anyways. And so I just, like I said, I didn't want to forget about you guys. So star number 1, star number 2, and then star number 3. I will put the timestamps in the description box. I love you guys, and have a fantastic July 1st. It is a new month. You have a new chance to let go of the past, to let go of any challenges that you were having from yesterday, and to start fresh, right? To start fresh, to have this new opportunity to build stability, to be positive, to become stable, to have this sense of balance in your life, right? And reflect that sense of balance out into your reality. All right, so I love you guys. Have a fantastic July 1st. I shall talk to you guys later. Oh, I guess I could have tilted that down a little bit, huh?